Okay. Uh, Today we are going to uh, understand how we are, as a software developer, are going to manage date and times. What kind of class and what kind of interface Java as a language given us so that we can do manipulation of the dates.
Right.
Like whenever you are going to create one employee can have a name as a string, age can have integer, salary can have a float. Similarly, maybe date of birth can have a date, right?
Right.
Can have a time. So there would be some type where there, because based upon a value you are decide this value of what time type, right? So
Right.
similarly here, till now, whatever we have understand about data types like integer, float, double, character, right? That's good. But apart from that, we have not learned what is how to manage date and times. What the data type for date and times, right?
Right.
So surely Java does not have any primitive data type for the date and times. So what did they? Java said, okay, don't worry, I'll give you some set of classes. You can use the class as a date and time feature,
Right.
right? So let's say I want to give, assign today date in a particular variable. So how I can do? Maybe whenever let's key my this variable date, okay, and how I can assign date, date year, month, which format I'm going to. Problem is that 2023, this is also date. Someone say no, this is 11 month, this is also date. Now someone say today the date is the 1st November, someone date, right? Someone say no, not minus, someone say this format, right? Someone say no, 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 this is not format, this is this format, right?
Right.
Because each locations in this geo different culture follow the different kind of style to writing a date. Someone say no, month is the would be the last. No, 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 no. First always would be the date, and then maybe short form of number, then 2023, right?
Right.
And similarly, I am writing this double quote that means this is string. So surely this data type is string. This not become a date, right?
Right.
So our intention somehow we have to use a date. So the such challenges uh, as a Java language are faced, developer face while working on the date, and apart from what is the current time, right?
Right.
How to manage the times. Times have a hours, times have a maybe here times maybe have a hour time, maybe 9 o'clock, maybe 13 minutes, maybe some millisecond, right?
Right.
How I can manage. So lots of complexity in the declaring, using, managing dates and time. So for the simplicity for the Java programmer, Java say, don't worry, we as a Java designer give you as possible as simplest way so that you can use times or date,
Right.
right? So since Java, when Java first started, at that time they given a class date. Okay, okay, this is the date class, and just this is the date is the class. So this is the like date is the class, and this is since Java 1, right? And this is
Right.
the class. You can create the object of date class, right?
Right.
So here say, hey, date is the date class. You can say new date. Okay. So this is the by default. Whenever you say a date and you can say create new date, the by default these dates are local date of the locations where I am running this code, where this my machine is currently situated, right?
Right.
So notice today default the pattern they gave, hey, today the Wednesday. November is the month, first is the date, time 9, 14 minute, 49 second, June, IST, and year 2023, right?
Right.
If you writing the same after some time later, let's again say here, right? And again run, you are, this is the next date. Uh, excuse me. So notice almost we had the same time. There is no kind of differences here. 30 seconds, 30 seconds. If you are doing some calculations, some loop, okay, and after that you're checking that this time will be changed, right? Maybe here you have to some, let's wait duration of let's 1 second, right?
Right.
And I run, then we are getting a 1 second differences, right? Depend upon the which when this code is going to execute, these times are changed. 40 second, not 50 second, right?
Right.
So that means that this whenever you run this command, new date, whatever the current date of your system, they assign to this variable. Similarly, you run again this command at this time. What is the current date and times they assign to you, right? If you run the same code on your, might be different due to geolocation. Maybe you are not getting here IST. IST is a different time zone. You have a different time zone. Your timing is a different. Date may be different, right? Currently in our I have 1st November 2023 9:16, right? Same code you run on your, might be getting different date and times, right? That's good. So this is the one basic you can say date class. But okay, till now any confusion? So later part Java say uh, due to the difference usage here, I want to specify some specific date times or anything. I want to create a data object for my date of birth, right? For past date. Okay, let's see, I am going to write the employee class. An employee class have a one attribute date of birth. The date of birth should be the not today date. Date of birth should be the previous, maybe 15 or 16 years ago. So how we can specify the specific date, or how we can find a particular month or particular times, particular zones. So lots of questions answer they have, and for that further a new class are given, like also given one class calendars. So
Right.
calendar class give us look like a calendar. What is the calendar date today? And here you can do plus, minus, 1 day, month, one minus or something. So look like this is your complete calendar. And this calendar have a lots of date, time, zones, which country zone of information. This is the bigger information they contain. They use the daylight saving rules. What are the first day of week, first day of month, what are the year, month, lots of things this calendar aapko help you, right? So sometime you want to some manipulation, modifications, this calendars have a similarly dot lots of field they have, you can use them, get time. So you are taking the time variable, right? And now time is the date. So in this way also you can get the current times from the help of your calendar object, right? Calendar have each and everything. So from calendar say, hey, give me the only specific times. So this is the same times, right? So there are multiple way where we can get the date, right? And even we can set timing, get timing, lots of methods this class. So these are all available since Java started. There is nothing new added. But due to the involvement of Java language, uh, Java habit designer think we can go with a better version of this API, right? And one more thing, we have a notice we have a system class dot. This is the one time system dot current times in millisecond. Okay, this is a by default system class. So also I have a one notice times, and notice this is the times. Okay, times. And if you notice, they return times in millisecond. So what is the meaning of? Such sometime we are in a system class. Hey, what is the current times in millisecond? They give you. Okay, but what the meaning of this millisecond? How do I calculate what this meaning of millisecond? Right? Notice they print some number. So this is the current time. So what I can understand, right? So one thing notice, Java language, or you can say all the standard uh, uh, date in times API, you can say, are considering one of the starting date. Okay, from where they are calculating what is the time till now, right? So by default, the date uh, they are considering is the 1970, first first 1970, right? So this is the by default date considering as a base date for the programming language. 1st January 1970. And from till now, what is the current date now? What is the millisecond they have considered? If you want to convert this millisecond into the times, you can simply say, hey calendar instance dot set times. Okay, set time, set time, and they have a, and here say date have a time somehow can date one dot set time, and just you pass your set the times. Okay, so here say you can say if you want to actually get the times what is the actual value, you can say let's say I'm going to the data of current date equal to new, and here you just pass your uh, current times in millisecond. This is value, you can
Right.
get the actual date, that this in this way this current time you can pass here, and you can actual date the gate, what is the current date. So we have multiple options to get the today date. So here we can understand whenever I say get date in a millisecond, means they are going to calculating this is the millisecond time since 1970 to now, right? These are the value. If you convert to the date, they are just converting to dates. So these are the lots of you have option. Sometimes you can use this date class, or sometime use this calendar class to get dates, or sometime directly with the date class.
Right.
So sometime you can directly use the date class, it's good. Sometime you can need a calendar, and calendar have a lots of feature. We're not going to discuss more, but they have a one method like get times, and even this calendar have a lots of method. Here you have calendar dot, you can dot set. Let's you want to set year, set time, set date. Lots of function they have, right? And just dot get. This is a get add. You can want to add some date, 1 year, 2 year date, something, right? Which field you want to add, or compare to, or display name, first. Lots of options they have. You can just want to print the what is the time zones we have, right? Currently this they give you time zones. So calendar class give up lots of additional feature than just date, right? Times is the date is the one feature, but calendar have a lots of another feature. So notice this is the your time zone. This is the notice the time zone is the zone information. Our system is running from the ACI and Calcutta time zone, and offset is this date and time is 0 daylight saving, right? Lots of options they have. So calendar class given us a lots of more feature capability. Generally, before Java 8, this calendar class is heavily used to managing all the date and times, right?
Right.
But we are not going to more detail because these are generally nowadays are say if possible you can use the latest version of Java Date Time API. Okay. So just for information, before Java 8, we have these kind of tools available like a date class or calendar in, class you have, or you can say calendar is the mostly used. Lots of calendars implementation by default. Different kind of things they have implemented, but
Right.
almost all the required things we can get achieve from this calendar instance. Okay.
Right.
Calendar dot you can say lots of explore we have option like a compare to get maximum calendar type. Which kind of this is the calendar have a different type, right? Let's check the calendar
Right.
types. So generally they have follow one specific types, and this is the calendar types. This is the we are they follow this calendar, Gregory
Oh,
calendar, right? So
Gregory.
you
Yeah.
can Google out this is some time calendar, right?
Right.
So somehow this is the calendars which they follow, right?
Right.
Gregorian calendars. So generally, Java language follow these calendars to implement all the things. Somehow, something we have get the base on which basis we are calculating all the date and time, right?
Right.
Similarly, lots of options this calendar instance have. Date time, get zone. Similarly, you want to get the first day of week or get the maximum get to time in millisecond, you want to convert time in millisecond, you can convert. You can get year, you want to what is the year of this, you can get year, hash code. You can set some date even. Here you can set the some date, month, year as well as. Let's see, I want to set the specific date and month. Okay, here year, month and date, you can set the three timing. Here say what say you are for the field like first year. Let's say I want to set the 1990 the year, right? And
Right.
second parameter say you can set the month. Month, let's give on to the uh, February, and date would be let's 17, right? 27. Okay,
Right.
and now this is the date set, right? Set, and after
Right.
that same you say, hey, let's S out. I just change this instance to calendar, right? It would be refactor calendar. Okay. So notice here we have an option now calendar. Now calendar dot get time. Okay. You can getting the now this date is changed. What date you want to set? 1971 month 27. Okay. So this is the way you can set the date, right?
Right.
So notice here we set the date. Notice here 1917 February 27, right? So whatever the specific dot date you want to set, excuse me, you can set here, right? Here notice month is started from 0, right? 1 means
Right.
February, right? J- Look like they follow the convention of your array. Here you are passing 1, 1 means February, 0 means January. You want to January, you mention here 0. That means this set date, set date and time. Now it will become a here you said this will become a January, and if you said this is like a 1, so this become a February. That's 95, right?
Right.
So month is considered from 0 to n, and this date year, same year, what you expecting, and month, date, whatever you want, right? So in this way, notice we are setting this the January for 0 and 1 for your February, right?
But it will not change the real time, like actual
No,
time.
no. This is the date, which date you set, the same date na here.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Here calendar class say कि which date you want to create, you can create, right?
Hmm.
Calendar class say कि you have a calendar, and here you, which by default you say without setting anything, right now. Here say a calendar dot get instance and dot say like get time. So by default you're not setting anything, so they are giving their current time. What is the current data times, each and everything. But I don't want to use this current date and time. I want to my date of birth. My date of birth not is today, right?
Right,
So this is the current date by default. So here said no, I want to my date of birth. So first I'm going to calendar dot create a calendar instance. This is a calendar instance. Okay,
right,
calendar instance. Okay? And here say from calendar instance, I maybe here you can say date of birth. Okay, date of birth, right? The date of birth
right,
is only today, not today. I want to set a specific my date, year, and month. So here we have to say, hey, set, and here say it. Uh, Year is your 1990. Our month would be the July, June, and date would be the your 23, right? So this is the
right,
my date, and after that say, okay, hey, this is the calendar. I set the calendar, and calendar say get times. Okay, they return me actual data object. Now this is the date, the date of times. Okay,
right,
in this way you can set what the date you want to set, right?
right.
So here 7th means not July, 7th means August, right?
Okay, so time on that day.
Yeah.
That,
Even you can set everything. Even if you notice here have a lots of method. Not set,
right.
set. Even you
Oh,
can say specify here the uh, this set, this set. This is even our set hour, minute, right?
right.
You can say this is the constructor where you can use this. Here you can say like a mouse. This here minute, and you can say date, the hour of the day, minute and second. Even you can set, let's say specific time, right?
Right,
Here say okay, no, I have also know my the timing, right? So here say comma date hour was the like 5, and this is the second your minute 36, right? And second maybe if you know 25, right?
right,
You can specify exact din, and after that you can just print your specific date time, right? Yes. So now this date time print with your specific hour, minute, and second. So this calendar class give us lots of flexibility. Whatever you want, which kind of date management you can do, right? Notice they create the August 23, okay, 536 25 95 90 50, right? 90, right?
right,
So they notice they can, you can here set only year, you can set month, you can set our what you can set here 23 is the date, right? 23 is the date. You can set the timing, minute, hour, minute, second. All you set, but by default they can figure out the that date was a Thursday, right?
right,
So I'm trying to say this calendar class are very lots of utility method. We have a now this is a date. I want to find out what is my next birthday year. That means keep plus 1 year, right? So here you have a lots of options. Here say dot uh, add something. that add. You can say I want to add month or year something, right? So here you have say I think month is expecting uh, some like these are the three calendar they have implemented. Notice one is the Buddhist calendar, one is the Gregorian calendar, one is the Japanese imperial calendar, right? Till now.
Right.
So let's look what they are looking. They are looking something. Field means right. I think month name somehow. Here I'm just understanding what the field I pass here. Field means year. No. Field equal to year. Okay. Field you can pass anything. You can find year, you can pass month, or you can pass day, year, era. Okay. Field here means your like anything you can pass. Field here like one, two, three number something. Okay.
Right.
So here let's I had to say I want to add uh, what I want to month no mm, month calendar month, and let's say I want to add 12 month, right? So from this date 12 month are added, right? And after that you can get the time, right? What I think whatever that is see the month of 7, and after that we are going to add 12 more month, right? And after that I'm going to get times. What is the times? So in this way you can do permutation combination on your data as well as. So notice here, you notice 23, 23, 90, 17, and after I'm adding a 12 more month, then become a 1991, right? One new year change, right? So in this way, even you can add a month, or even you can add the
Right.
anything. Maybe instead of I want to add to year, okay, year. You can say I'm going to add 2 year, okay,
Right.
3 year. So after that your date and time become a 3 year more history, right? Sometime generally whenever we're creating our date of birth, year by year our date is going to increase, right? So sometime you have to add. Notice here, this is the year 91. I add 3 more year, it's become a 95.
Okay, so it's a real time, like whatever you give.
You
It,
want to some add you add date plus you want to month day, you want to just change the some not date. I want to maybe change add some as we day.
right.
So here say day, day, day of the week, day of the month, and just add 2. Lots of options this calendar class have: add, set, get, right? So
Right.
using this we can uh, here notice we are added the what the happen, what the day of month 5. uh, Field name set and date indicate the day of month is set for the date, and the first day of the month has 1 1 2 5. I want to just date dot date, okay, just pass the date. I want to add 2 more date, okay.
Right.
So now 23 I become a 25, right? I added 2 more date, right?
Right.
So here we have option. I want to add date, add month, add year. Even you can minus, subtract, minus them, or you can say set a specific date. So by default, you will notice calendar date is by default is a today date, right? If you
Right.
someone say here by default I am printing, not setting any date, that by default it's start with a just today date. But I'm not more interested in the current date. I'm interested with the specific date and time, right? So notice here always started the current date. Okay, 2020 November, December. But I'm not interested this date. I want to set a specific date, time, month. Okay. So
Right.
all the things you can do using this calendar instance. It's good.
Right.
So till Java 8, before the Java 8 language, generally this calendar class is very, very heavily used to manage all kind of data operation, right?
So nowadays people still use time and date.
So, yeah, sometime this application, some application may be using this, but Java recommended use to the separate new API. All is work okay, but from the Java 8 onward, when Java 8 release, Java have a declare the new date and time package.
Right.
All things we can achieve using the modified the latest versions, and that's our uh, due to the accuracy, due to the performance, due to the timing, due to the concept about the time zones issue, date time issue, all the things. Sometime you are facing problem to managing a date time saving, right?
Right.
So all the things taken care by the new date and time API. That is the we are going to understand what is the new date and time API. So good options. They have a same say date, but date class is already given. So what Java say? Date class already developed in the Java 1. So
Right.
what Java designer say? Okay. So date and time are they started first local date. Say this is the new class I'm created. You want to local date. That means you want to only interested in local date and times. And
Right.
notice this is a not a class. This is the final class. Okay,
Right.
similarly like class. So here you can also notice they have created all the kind of operations which you want. Like let's say you want to now time, just say now. So this is the now time, whatever you want, right? So if
Right.
you print, it will print the now times, the local times of your, and even you can do lots of things. The good things they started uh, about the modifying the version. No, this is the only date. No, I'm not interested in the times. Then by default, all these API give the time. If you set or not, right? By default, they always give the IST time zone. I'm not interested in time zone. I'm not interested in times. Why are you giving me? I only wrote date. It should be the
Right.
only date, right?
Right.
Sometimes no, no, no. I want to time. You can tell compiler, oh, you want to time the local date and time class. Say now. This will give you the complete thing, right?
Mm.
This what you really want, right? You can use, right? So this say, okay, if you want really times, I can give you times. So for a specific purpose, they have given the specific classes. Okay. So
Right.
notice they give you the times, right? Okay.
Right.
So here they given the time 9:43 3 hours, right? So even similarly here, local date time similarly have a lots of options. Same like here. Similarly, like here you have a off method, and you can set everything if you want, right?
Right.
Off. Here you have option. You want to get off the month, get off the year, whatever things you can do. Lots of methods they have. Okay, and even say, hey, I want to local date with a specific, not now. I want a special date for the study. Yeah, specific date. Just say off function. And off function again same again. You pass year, month, data time, like everything, right?
Right.
And even you can specific date. And even here you want to like a UTC time, not a local standard times. Then you can say epoch times or UTC time. You can give the time sets, all the things you can set here, right?
Right.
The general way say, hey, if possible, you can use this classes, local date or local date times are a good option. Let us before jumping the times. Sometime you want to work on a day, sometime you work on a month, sometime you work on the year. For each, they have separate classes. Like for a date, you have a date of week. Okay,
Right.
day of off week. This is the class. They define all the day for you. Let's see, you want to print all the days. Just print and stream. Just say for each and just print. Okay. So they are given already defined all the days for you. You want to all the days? They have all
Right.
the days. Okay. And lots of they have options. Okay. Notice this is all the day. You want to all the month. Similarly, they have different classes for day, different classes month for different classes, right?
Right.
Maybe you want to interest in the some different. Notice some country have a different format of writing date. Someone may be short form, someone may be full form, someone may be uh, 3 letter form, right?
Right.
Even this API have a given some option like instead of this you can say, hey, I want whatever the date we have, just say date. Here say system dot out dot out dot println, and here d, oh sorry, date and dot. This class have option. You can give the display name. What kind of display you want to? Long name, short name, plus, minus, range, whatever do. Let's say just print the display name, and display name say you want to just full name or what the things, and even you want to uh, local. Let's a second class local dot get default. I'm go the default, and if you print, it will print the full name. Now here have a style, full name style or short form or narrow form. So they give me the complete full name. Okay, in this way. Okay, and if you want to know, I want only the short form name. So here instead of full, you can say maybe short form. Okay,
Right.
short. So they give an option. All the date you are giving the short form. Sometime you want to know just one word, narrow form. You can do the narrow. Notice this is the only Monday, Tuesday, only short form, right? Somewhere we are writing it this way, right?
Right.
Similarly, here you can give in the very short, right?
Right.
So hey, a narrow form. So lots of flavor they have given. Different style you can displaying, right?
Right.
So this is work for like notice here the narrow means only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So
Right.
depend upon the which kind of like here the date. Similarly, you can do for your month. Okay, same thing you can do for your month. Instead of this, if you want to here, so here say month. So I think month is the class.
Right.
Month already month is a class. So month is the class and import class. Okay, you can get all month, and similarly same for all different form, maybe short form for month, last month, a different form or display. Notice they return all the month for you, right?
Right.
And similarly different version of month you want. Similarly like here you can do here, like here say let's instead of day, lots of classes these have a specific purpose we have. And sometime you want to display full name, sometimes short form, sometimes narrow form, right? So we have to know. Notice this is all the short form, all the
Right.
narrow form, or all the full form, right?
It depends on what like clients
What
requirements, right?
the preference is, what kind of format you want, right? Date format,
Okay. Okay. I see.
date format, right? So notice in my window date format like this way. Complete full name, November Wednesday, November 1, right? Are here displaying like 11 slash 1 slash 2023, right? So
Right.
notice here our windows are displaying two kind of date. One is the numeric date, one is the full name, right?
Right.
So this is the one things, right? Even this classes have lots of options, and let's check more. Similarly, we have a Now, yes. Uh, local late times, date time. We'll discuss offset of offset date and time. Sometime you want to only time, sometime you want to offset. Like offset means, you notice, like each country have a some offset. Like India have a plus 530, right?
Right.
Because we are plus 530 against the universe. UTC time means London have a specific place, Greek which from where the all the times zone
Right.
calculated, right?
Yeah.
So after
Greenwich.
that plus 530 is the IST time zone. Some have a minus 530, some have a 6, some have a lots of uh, offset, right? So
Right. Right.
sometimes, so those calculation you want, you can get, right? And
Right.
even whenever you're going to create the now, or you can pass the clock, or you can pass any kind of format, or you can pass the zone for which zone you want, right?
Right.
So let's go with the, so lots of flavor you can say now. uh, uh, you have one thing till now, these are the your local date and times, but
Right.
sometime you want not, I want to interest, it was local date and times. Okay, notice here plus 530, notice here, here output
Right.
offset. They specify ki what is your offset. Means ki we as a IST time zones, that means ki plus 530 offset. So whenever you want to sometime work on the offset basis, you have to use this offset date and times. The offset date and time give the date, T for times, and here the your complete times, and this is your offset, right?
Right.
So now what Java designer say ki specific purpose is specific class, only date and times, and offset date and times you can do, right? Similarly, offset only, excuse me, offset times, so only offset time you can say, right?
Right.
Now for all kind of classes, we find the how to create the object using the off method, or now method, or with the zone id, with the clock id of instance. We'll discuss now what do you mean by instant. Okay, let's go with the default, right?
Right.
So notice this is the only working at the times and your offset, right? I'm not interested with the date, right? I'm only
Right.
interested only in the times and dot offset. So they can only for the offset and time. This is the offset and this is the time, right?
Right.
So what this is the new API say, for a specific purpose, a specific class they are given, right? So all these are work with respect to your local date and time. So specify mention this is a local date. By default, here I am writing the date. By default, we assume it is my local date, right?
Right.
We have to understand. But this class is specify exactly you are working on the local date and time, right? And good option now. I want to not work as a local date and times. I want work as a UTC time, is standard time, right?
Right.
So for that, you have to use this instant, instant dot now. Okay, and let's create a variable and print out. So this is the class given by Java to manage all date operation in UTC time zone. So notice what is the time here coming? 4, notice 4:24. This is the currently UTC time zone.
Right.
So now you have a whatever a date operation you want to the UTC time zones. you can use this instant class, and all the date you are writing is the this is the standard time for everyone, for all, right?
Right.
At this date you can view, this is the original date, and this date you can view in any time zones. This can view at the different time zones, right? If Canada time zones, American time zones, Indian standard time zones, this is a time. So now you are storing information in UTC format, UTC universal time standard, and that can be viewed in the different time zones.
Right.
So general recommendation, whenever your application servers are storing data, preferable way, you always store data in the form of your UTC, that means instant time zones.
Instant time. Okay.
Right. This times is not your local time. Notice, this is not your local time. Whatever the time currently I have a 9:50, but notice what the time saying,
Right.
4:20, 4:24 seconds something, right?
Right.
So this is, if you notice, this time would be nearly your London times.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
So if you run this command instant.now on your machine or my machine on any geographical location, always refer your UTC format.
This class, is it
Hmm.
connected to the internet? Like, how does it know where to get?
Ha. So if not internet, still they can figure out.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if you disconnect your Wi-Fi, is it?
It still work. It still
Ah.
work. It still works
Hmm.
because internally they are using the lots of mechanism. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Oh, so they know how that one works, the
Yes.
original one.
Right. And this date class you can view in the different format, right? Let's give on to local date to view the local date, and just you can pass your uh, clock, time, and of instant, of parts. Two words, sometime you can use this epoch word, okay? That epoch. So the epoch also means here Java use the UTC word, standard times,
Right.
epoch. Okay, so sometime two terminology confusion, but this is just epoch means the same. Notice the uh, this is the times, epoch times means which is the base times. I say like 90/70 is the base time for the Java date time calculation, right?
Right.
How I know ki what is the current times in millisecond and nanosecond? So this is calculated from this date.
What is the epoch again? Epoch.
Epoch means the base date which programming language consider from where they are calculating.
Okay.
If let's say I'm going to calculate uh, date, what is the current date today? So how they calculating? How system know कि today this date? Let's say I say कि 5,000 millisecond of today. Instead of date, I can speak my current times. I say
Right.
uh, system dot current time in millisecond. So this is the current time I present. So how system know कि current times in a millisecond from which is the starting date from where they are going to calculate. So this is the
Okay.
millisecond till this is the base date.
I
From
see. I
this
see.
year 1970 to today, just you calculate the second millisecond, you are getting this number.
Right. Right.
So you are trying to say कि all the Java, almost all the date and time API have a consider one date as a base date. So this is our base date 1970 in the programming
Hmm.
language. In the human word, you notice about the date, you can say before Isapur and after Isapur, after date of birth of
Right.
Christ, right? Before date and after date, right?
Right.
Similarly, we have a consider one base date from where date are originated. Similarly, in a programming language, we consider base date is the 1970,
Okay. Okay.
right? And from 1970 till now, what is the hour? What is the second? What is the minute? We can calculate. What is the
Right.
nanosecond till now, right?
right,
So this the base date sometimes say epoch, right? Or similarly say instance dot epoch. Okay, epoch, right?
right,
Epoch means your base date from where they are going to calculate, right?
right,
So always you find the 9070 1000000, right? So
right.
epoch means your base date from where all the time calculation. Notice all the date and times are the mathematical number, right? All the date and times are the mathematical number, and those numbers you notice here I'm just printing like 11th November, right?
Right,
2023. So this number is calculated from the 9070 to till now, and this number 9070 to till today 2023, right? We can calculate the whole number of second, whole number of minute, whole number of hour, whole number of something, all the number, right?
right,
From this number, let's keep 5000 some number, you can convert any particular date, particular month, particular year. So all are the mathematical calculation, right?
right.
So for calculation happen mathematical, we as a job, any software industry define this the baseline. The baseline is the 9070. From this we can calculate all the date and times, right?
Right.
So if you want to work on the UTC, please use this instant. Okay, the preference way you can use this class to do anything, right?
Instant class.
Uh, Even say uh, by default you can create the object of instant dot now. That's good. You can create from now, or you can pass clock, or you can pass corrections. Lots of, even you can pass the some long millisecond times, epoch second times. In this way you can construct this instant, right?
Right, right,
And sometime let us my local date, my have we have a local date times. Okay, local date time now. Okay, now, and after that I want to convert to instant. This sometime conversion happen to instant, get instant, right? So they have a lots of method for you to conversion as well, right?
right,
Notice to range to epoch, to epoch second and times. You can specify specific times and they can provide the lots of conversion. So here sometime you can need a conversion from local date to UTC date, UTC date to local date, all possible methods you have, right? Many places generally is conversion required, right? Because
sure,
whenever this is my application server and they are storing data, they cannot store data in your local time. This is the maybe one user from this India location, one user from the Canada location, one user from the Australia location, right? At the
right,
same time, they are generating data, right? They are
right,
generating data. So they are going to store for this user specific. They have different time at that time, right? They have
right,
different date and time. They have different date and time, right?
right,
So if all are going to the, let's say, Google server, the common server, and here they are going to store data, so surely Google is not going to store data for this user is specific date and time. This user for a specific date and time. For same time, we have a three time, right?
right,
At moment, currently across the geolocation, lots of time zone, right? At lots of time. Currently, you have a different time. I have a different time, right?
right,
So let's say I submit one request to hey Google server, can you submit my data? So what they are going to store current time. So they are not going to store current time for the user specific data. They are going to store in the UTC format, right?
oh, UTC for, yeah, right,
The data is stored for UTC. What is the current time? What is the current time? What is the current time? That's one way. Later part, you want to view data. So if they want to view data, so they don't want to view the UTC data, right?
right,
Want to his
right.
own local date, right?
That's
He
right,
know
yeah,
I have a committed my transaction at XY time, XY
right,
date, right?
Right.
If you want to view data, surely they want to XY data on my own local format, right? Local time zone.
Right.
So whatever data you are returning here, again you need to convert from instant to UTC to the local time, right?
Right.
Similarly, if user you have to save in UTC format, that's good option. But next option you want to display the data, right, to the same customer.
Right.
If this same customer you have to not display in a UTC format, you have to display his own local format, right?
Right.
So depend upon the which locations you are receiving data, you can store data. Whenever retrieving data, then you have to figure out customer currently in which location. What is the time zone? Here the role play offset. If we have offset, we can easily convert our UTC time to the specific local date and times.
Right.
So might be the same. This is the Australian connect. This is IST Indian person. Then move to the maybe USA, right? The
Right.
one day before they did transaction from IST, right? Indian time zone, and next day fly and come in the USA, right? His the same transaction they can view here as well as, right? They
Right.
can view our data. The- At this time, our application view data not the IST time zone. They have to view data in the US time zone,
Right.
right? Because the currently where the customer is, our application now sufficient to view your UTC time in any time format, any time zone.
Right.
So this is the very, 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 very useful concept about the UTC date. Okay,
Right.
UTC date to local date. Okay, local date to local date, right?
Right.
So whenever you are dealing applications, generally you have to take care of those scenario.
Right.
If you are not converting your local date to the UTC, you are facing many, many challenges while dealing with the date, right?
Right.
So today the time is going to over. So surely we will going to check some example how to convert your UTC to a specific local time zone, right?
Right.
And
Right.
we get some example so that you feel comfortable how we can convert the UTC to the specific time zones. So converting a specific time zone, we have to use this offset of the country. Which country you want to look, right?
Mm.
If you want to know all the offset, you have option. I think zone is the one class. Zone. Class. Zone offset. I think this is the zone offset is the class. I think you have ops. Yes, yes, yes. Lots of classes have zone offset. So here we can use the concept of zones and offset. With the help of those, you can easily. This is the my current zone offset. What there? Asia and Calcutta, right?
Right.
So similarly, if I know, you can also find your corresponding offset as well as what is the offset maybe plus 530, and in UTC time zone, whatever the UTC time zone, I am going to just add plus 530 and getting your local time zone, right?
So offset means what? Like
Offset means just like India have a plus 530, right? This is the
right.
offset. That means ki if let's say here in UTC time zone, current time is at 10, right? 10 o'clock.
Right.
So if the same time I can look from the India perspective, it will be the 1530
Right.
plus 530 ahead. If the same time zone, let's minus 2, right? The someone can
Right.
look at the 8 o'clock. So this is offset means the number of hour you are ahead from the UTC times means London time zone or behind. If you look the our world map, something, something, something. So this is the UTC time. Look like a London have a one specific space, Greenwich, right? This is
Right.
the your standard times, and whatever the country here, here have a minus time zone. Whatever the country here is a plus time zone. Means ki our due to the Earth rotation, Earth always rotate. This is like Australia, right here. So
Right.
Australia always have a getting early sun, right? Due to the sun, always they have a before from this London time zones. The always sun come before on here, right? And
Right.
accordingly, you are you can say ki we as a Indian countries or any Chinese countries or any other Malaysian country have a plus time zone because they have a before because here is, we can define a standard in the London time zone. The UTC is our standard time zone. They have a
Right.
00. There is no so here, if any times come before that, it is a plus. Here you go. This is the time minus time zone. So all
Right.
the USA country, Canada country have some minus time zone,
Right.
right? So due to these time zones, we can doing easily calculation, and even we can figure out all time zones as well as maybe I have something zone ID. Lots of classes this class because date and time is very specific subject
Right.
and maybe default maybe available all time zone. That's good option. Yeah, and just stream and just for each.
So
Yes, I
it's
want.
good to know, right? It's good to know.
Very very interesting things. Good to know. Yes, many times in our application required. You have to know. You
Okay,
have
okay,
to
okay. Yeah, yeah.
notice these are the all the time zones available. Even
Oh, so
notice
these are the time zones already built in.
built in our JDK. So if you notice JDK, her every 3 months or something, JDK Java as a language expose one database, time zone database. Okay,
Right.
that is known as TJJ or something. So notice from here that this is the complete time zone. You can say all the time zone. Asian, Sudden, UTC, GMT. Sometimes you
Right.
can say GMT. Sometimes say UTC. Both are the similar word. GMT with a Greenwich time step, right?
Right.
These are the your Asian have lots of American, lots of time zone, African, Kargan, Asian Calcutta, right? American Brazil, American have lots of time zone, right?
Right.
Lots of time zone, lots of time zone. And even let's count them. What is the total, right?
Right.
Count. We can use the stream figure out all the count, right?
Oh, we can also count it like this.
Yes. What the total, right?
Right. Right.
This is the class zone ID dot you can say get available all zone and dot say stream and dot say count. I can figure out ki currently Java JDK have a as out how many time zone available, and these time zones can be very depend upon your times. Okay,
Right. Right.
whenever you are downloading notice currently we have a 603 time zone as per the Java standard
Oh, 603.
time zone.
So many time zones.
You cannot visualize them. So these are the very dynamically changed data. And notice due to our Earth rotation, due to our longitude to latitude, some fractions have changed. This zone information, Java as a language, I
Yeah.
think every quarter or every 3 months they are releasing the updated version. If you not connected to internet, still you can get all this data. Why?
Right.
Because
Right.
whenever you download JDK, at that times there is a one database download. This is known as a TZ time zone database.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Database means just one files where they Java know all this information is stored somewhere, right?
Right.
So these are the very interesting things what you can say. And whatever thing you read now, go to the deeper, then you can find very interesting, right?
Yeah. That's like a. It's huge. They do a lot of work on this.
Yeah, date and time is a complete one syllabus subject, you can say. And we have
Okay.
lots of here as a Java designers constantly working here updating your time zones.
So
And due to that, after Java 8, they have generate lots of work on here and produce a very good Java date and time API. Now this instant class and offset date class help us to lots of conversion from GMT times or UTC to the local to UTC. This is the very challenges before this Java 8 API, right?
But now it's a lot easier.
Lots of easier, yes. But still, you have to know the Java API and the method, the way you can do, right?
Oh, right. You have to
Okay.
know the way they
Yeah.
programmed it.
Yeah. Good. So let us. You can explore these options, and today one more class where we are going to check how actually you can convert your UTC to a specific format. Even the date have a different format strategy. Currently, you notice whatever the date I am displaying here, or whatever date I am displaying, that is a very specific format, right?
Right,
That static format is not for every country, right?
right,
So might be you are interested. No, this okay. Okay. So might be I'm interested. Indian have a different format to display the rate. Canada have a different format to display the rate. This is not a default format, right? This is the default format decided by the Java, right? But
right,
sometimes someone not interested to the minus minus. Someone say like slash, colon. Someone say not 11. Someone say it should be the November, right?
right,
So here Java also given the flexibility. We can set your own format, right? Which format you want to display the data, right?
right,
Tomorrow we're going to discuss about the formatting. What is the format you have? What the DD format, 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 sort format, different format. Huge combination of date format here have, right?
right,
Someone may interested to write the first year, then month, some date. Someone interested, no. Someone date first, then month, then year. Someone say month is the three letter. Someone say month is the five letter. Someone say month is a number, right?
right.
Someone say, no, I want to time here. I want to zone here. So all these known as your date formatter. Date is
Date
the same. You
formatter.
can, date is the same. UTC date which you are looking here, right? Date is the same
Right,
here. And even this date is the same as you can say system dot current time in millisecond s out. Okay. This and this date are just two way of two way of representation. This way said local date, local date and time dot now, that is out. So these two date are exact same, just two way of representation. One is the
right,
number, one is the different format. Notice here I am representing, this is the one date format my local time. This is the exact same as this. Both are the same thing, just different way to represent. This is complete mathematical number in second. This is just a different format, like a first year, month, date, hour, minute, second, and time offset, right?
right,
So these are the, so we have to going to understand some conversion, at least a conversion from UTC to the local date and times. A local date and times can how can identify using the offset or zone ID.
right,
Good. And also you can understand key this format I can change. Currently, the output I am getting the format like year first, right? That is here year first, right? I don't want year first. I want to first month, right? Why our Java say ki always year first? I am saying ki first should be the date, then month, then year, right? So how can change the format? It's good.
right.
So tomorrow we're going to cover these two concepts. One is the formatting and one is the conversion. These are the
Yeah.
very highly used concept, right?
Formatting and conversion.
Yes. Yeah. By default, any date, whatever the date you have, you can easily convert to the UTC. Conversion and UTC is very simple, right?
Right,
Whatever the date you have to just take an, I think, variable here. Set your zone in times. I'll explain how to do, right? Lots of method they have. We have to explore the way, right?
right,
Plus time. Okay. Week range. We'll understand, right? how to convert both.
Right.
Till now, let's say do this practice, understand, look this. These are the kind of at least as a Java developer, we should aware lots of API Java classes already available to meet our purpose, right?
Right.
Don't go think how to I solve the problem. Already have. Just you should aware this Java library available for you. If you don't know, you cannot use them, right?
Right.
So whenever we're going to solve any problem, just we have to think 1 minute. Is any library exist for this our use case or not? If yes, you can use the Java language itself, right? Why are you going to write the phrase, right?
Right.
Because Java engineer, Java designer have did lots of research and published these classes for you, right? They have well
Right.
known, they have well tested. Lots of good engineer have worked behind that, right? Might be
Right.
I'm not expert, right? So we have to use the existing library or Java classes or interface as possible as we can, right?
Right.
Sometimes there is a no library exists, then surely we are going to write your own code. We know how to write the own code. Due to that, we are as a Java developer, we can learn how to develop the code, how to write the method, how to write interface. Sometimes you can use the existing one, some can I can write my own, right?
Right.
That's good. So any confusion, any question, any doubt for the day?
No, that's it. I think that's good for today. That's good. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So let's close the call. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Ajay bhai. Bye.
Thank you.